Nobody was ready for this moment. Not the cameras, not the cast, not even the producers who thought they had seen it all. But when Sierra walked in dressed in black, her eyes locked straight on Yandy. The entire room shifted. This wasn't staged, it wasn't scripted, it was raw. Sierra didn't waste time with fake smiles or polite greetings. She came with one mission: to expose the truth. And the truth hit harder than anyone expected. In front of the whole Love and Hip Hop cast, Sierra dropped the kind of receipts that couldn't be brushed off as messy. She claimed Mendeecees had been lying, not just to Yandy but to everyone watching. When she pulled out her phone and pressed play on a recording, the silence in the room was louder than any argument. Yandy's composure cracked. The cameras kept rolling, and suddenly what started as just another filming day turned into one of worry. The most explosive confrontations reality TV had seen in years. The air was already tense before Sierra even walked in. The cast had gathered in the lounge, some scrolling on their phones, others whispering about side drama that always follows, filming days. But then, without a cue, Sierra stepped inside. Her hair was pinned tight, lashes sharp, outfit all black like armor. Even Spice, always quick with a snarky comment, didn't say a word. She just sipped her water, watching closely. The energy dropped heavy. Yandy sat with her phone in hand, pretending not to notice, but she felt it. Everyone did. When their eyes locked, there was no fake smile, no warm greeting. Just two women with years of unspoken tension. "I'm not here to play cute today," Sierra said flatly. "And I'm definitely not here to fake anything for the cameras." The producers shuffled in the background, sensing this wasn't on. The call sheet. Yandy stayed quiet at first, her phone frozen in her lap, but her face gave her away. She knew this was different. Sierra stepped forward, voice sharp. "You sat in interviews and called me messy, clout-chasing, untrustworthy. But I've been sitting on things that would shake this whole room if I let them out." That sentence sparked the room. Bambi dropped her phone, Rashida shifted nervously. Even Kirk gave a weak laugh that died instantly. Yandy leaned forward, eyes narrowing. "If you've got something to say, just say it." And Sierra did. She pulled out her phone, tapped the screen, and pressed play. The room went dead silent. A recording filled the space, first faint, then clear. Mendeecees' voice, and another woman's. "So why did you tell Yandy you blocked me?" the woman asked. "'Cause she gets in her head," Mendeecees answered carefully. "I didn't want no more drama." Gasps ripped through the cast. Bambi looked directly at Yandy, but her face didn't move. Sierra paused the audio, eyes locked on her. "That was 2 weeks before the reunion. Either he lied to you, or both of you lied to us." The room froze. Yandy let out a short laugh, but it wasn't humor. It was survival. "You came all the way here with a 2-minute voice note? That proves what exactly?" "It proves he wasn't honest. And it proves you knew," Sierra shot back, her voice rising. "I stayed quiet for months while y'all dragged my name. But I'm done protecting people who don't protect me." Tension snapped through the room. Spice leaned over to whisper. Even Queen Key, who usually thrived on mess, stayed silent. This wasn't shade. This was a bomb. For the first time, Yandy's voice trembled. She whispered, "You have no idea what he's put me through." Why? Crew didn't cut. The cast didn't move. This wasn't just another argument. It was the start of something much bigger. The door creaked open. Mendeecees walked in, his timing terrible. He looked around, sensing the heavy energy. "What's going on?" he asked casually. Nobody answered, not even Yandy, who only said, "She played it." His face tensed immediately. He didn't even ask what. He just rubbed the back of his neck, guilt written all over him. "You said it was over," Yandy finally said, her voice trembling but louder now. "It is," he replied quickly, but nobody believed him. Sierra held up her phone. You told her that girl was blocked. You told us we were stirring the pot, but this proves otherwise. You were still in contact, and now Yandy's out here defending you, looking like a fool." His jaw tightened. He turned slowly to Sierra. "You need to be careful." The cast gasped. Sierra raised her brows, calm but cutting. "Careful of what? You going to lie again? Or maybe start recording me too, like you did Yandy?" That landed like a bomb. All eyes swung to Mendeecees. The silence screamed louder than denial. Finally, Yandy broke it, her voice heavy with pain. He said it was for protection, that if things went left, he'd have proof. He recorded me crying. The room froze. Spice covered her mouth. Rashida looked stunned. Sierra shook her head in disgust. "So you film your wife while she's breaking? That's protection? That's love?" "No, that's control," Bambi snapped. The cracks in the marriage were now undeniable, and the cast knew this wasn't just drama, it was destruction. Mendeecees finally spoke, frustration bubbling. "I don't know what this is, but if this some setup, it's not going to work." "Ain't nobody setting you up," Bambi shot back. "You humiliated me. You made me defend you. I looked crazy vouching for you when you were lying the whole time." The pain in her eyes was raw. "I was protecting your name while you were protecting yourself." The cast stayed frozen, shock written across their faces. Spice's eyes watered. Sierra's tone turned sharp. "This is what I've been saying. I wasn't trying to come between you. I was showing the truth. But instead, I got dragged like I was the problem. And now look, truth exposed." "You don't know what me and my wife go through," Mendeecees argued, raising his voice. "No, I don't," Sierra shot back. "But I know what a liar sounds like. And that's you," gasps echoed. The tension was boiling. Queen Key clapped. "Once. This too much. If I was Yandy, I'd walk out right now." But Yandy didn't move. She stared at her husband like she didn't even recognize him. Finally, she spoke, voice chilling. "You recorded me crying. You lied to my face, lied to my friends, and now you standing here like the victim." The cameras caught every angle. Bambi leaned in, speaking softly. "Sis, you don't owe him nothing, not even a conversation." Yandy's breathing grew heavier. She looked at the cast. "Y'all think this is entertaining, but this is my life, my marriage." The silence was unbearable until Sierra cut through it. "Then take control. Stop letting him control you." Mendeecees' voice shook. "This is crazy, twisted." But his confidence was gone. For the first time, he looked small. Yandy sat back down, but this time steady, cold, ready. She leaned forward, eyes burning. "Tell me the truth, right here, right now. Did you lie to me?" The silence was deafening. He muttered, "I didn't want to hurt you." "So you lied," Yandy said flatly. "I didn't want to lose what we have." "No, you didn't want to lose control," Sierra cut in. The cast gasped again. Even the crew looked uneasy. Yandy finally stood, voice fierce. "For years I held you down. When you were locked up, when they dragged your name, I defended you. And this is what I get? Lies, recordings, humiliation. I gave up opportunities, sacrificed peace, carried your weight. And you couldn't give me honesty." Her words hit like thunder. Spice whispered, "She done snapped." Bambi leaned to Rashida. "She not playing anymore." Mendeecees looked desperate, searching the room for backup, but nobody defended him. Even Kirk cautiously said, "Bro, you need to own up. A real man admits when he's wrong." That only made him angrier. "Y'all don't know what it's like to have the world against you. I was protecting my household." "Protect your household?" Yandy laughed bitterly. "You couldn't even protect your marriage." The cast inhaled, bracing. But instead of exploding, her tone softened. Sad but cutting. "You think lying keeps me safe?" "No. It weakens me. It humiliates me. Spice shook her head. Sis, you too strong for this. You deserve better. Rashida added, honesty ain't too much to ask. Mendeecees stayed silent, and that silence said it all. Yandy looked around, her voice piercing. You don't get to play me anymore, not on this stage, not in this marriage, not in this life. The room erupted, gasps, whispers, shock. Spice paced, Bambi grabbed her phone, Rashida clutched Kirk's arm, and Sierra folded her arms, smirking. About time. Mendeecees stood speechless, his lies finally exposed. Yandy turned her back on him, walking out with her power intact. But then she walked back in, fire in her eyes. You wanted to talk. Off camera? Too late. You should have told me the truth before it came to this. You don't understand. I was protecting us. He begged. You don't protect by lying. She cut him coldly. You threw it all away. The room erupted in applause. Even Rashida clapped. Bambi snapped her fingers. Yandy delivered her final blow. You had a wife who would fight the world for you, but you chose to fight me, so fight by yourself. Why? Cameras zoomed in as Mendeecees stood frozen, no defense left. Sierra slipped her phone away, whispering, and that's the truth. Everyone knew it. This wasn't just drama. This was the beginning of the end.